Hey, and welcome to Toria Talk Tuesday. I am author and speaker Toria Leigh, and today's Toria Talk topic is on identity, but in the more specific area, labels, and not necessarily labels that like a I'm that you get from just life in general, such as like I am a daughter. That's not the labels I'm talking about, or you may be thinking more role oriented, or even labels other people assign us. What I am talking about today is labels we take based off of situations we've been through. So we'll walk through a situation, and then when we get out on the other side, we will often, or even when we're in it, we'll start to use that as an identifier of who we are. So a very recent example for me, if you've watched any of my other videos, then I had a broken off engagement. So I was engaged to be married. I was going to get married at the end of this year in December, and he called it off. So I have a broken engagement, and right after that happened, one of the first places my mind went, I thought, great, now I am the girl with a broken engagement. I started to think that's who other people was going to see me as. So I thought, okay, that's who I am. That's a label that now defines me. And I thought, okay, and then also immediately in the situation, I was like, a I'm a heartbroken girl. That's who I am. And I started to take those labels on as part of my identity. And while that situation has definitely shaped who I am becoming, and it's definitely influencing my life, situations aren't who you are. So I started to, grab onto this that I was going to be seen as the girl with the broken engagement. And so that took me to a couple different places, and one of which being I was like, great, when I am ready to date again, no one's going to want to date me because I am the girl with a broken engagement. The moment they find that out, it's going to be like, oh, what's wrong with her? Like, why did he break it off? That's where I thought people's minds were going to go. So it led to this place of like, okay, no one will ever date me. Everyone's going to think like, what's wrong with her that he called it off, and all of this stuff. And then it started to bring me to this place of approval seeking. I wanted to know what other people were thinking of this situation. I was, thinking I was more wanting approval than I had before. I started to become insecure. I was like, oh gosh, like this happened to me. This is my story. Like I kind of didn't want to, I didn't really want to share with anyone what had happened. And I just went to all of these different places in my mind, and I found this, this bringing on self-doubt, shame, guilt, regret, all of the things that you don't want to experience. And on top of that, I found I was making this prison of my own making. I was limiting myself. I was like putting myself in shackles by taking this label as an identifier, as saying, yeah, I am the girl with a broken engagement, and that's all I am. That's not all I am. No one is just one event in their life. So I don't know, maybe something happened to you. Maybe a parent died or both your parents died, and you may be thinking, yeah, I'm an orphan. That's who I am. And that is a piece of your story. No one's saying that's not a part of making you into who you are, but that's not the only thing you are. We'll all experience, maybe you lost a job, and then you're like, well, so I'm a loser because I lost my job. Like we go through circumstances, and we'll take on one label based off of one situation we've walked through. And the thing is, I'm only 20, going on 21 in September, and I've already walked through a lot more than just a broken engagement. That's not the only thing that makes me who I am. And that's the thing. I finally found myself at a place I was like, okay, I'm starting to get into a really bad mindset again. Here we go. Like I did this when I was younger. I took on the label of everyone called me a tomboy. Like that's what I took on, and other different things like that. And I was like, oh gosh, here we go again. This is another label I'm starting to take on. I need to stop this before it gets bad. And so I finally was like, okay, I'm going to surrender this entire situation over to God. My broken engagement, it's his to do with as he pleases. It's all in his hands. And I was like, and I don't know how people are going to see me. I don't know how people are going to take it. And yeah, it's a part of my story, but that's not who I am. And the beautiful thing is actually up at summer camp. So if you've watched any of my past videos, I have mentioned that I went to summer camp and God did some amazing things in my life. And another one of those amazing things is that he kind of freed me of this mentality of like, oh, that's all I am, is the girl with the broken engagement. He kind of grabbed a hold of me, and he's like, that's really all you think you are. He's like, No, you are a daughter of the one true king. You are royalty. You are chosen. He's like, if someone only sees you as the girl with the broken engagement, which I don't even think that's how people see me, he's like, then they don't know the real you. They know a piece of your story, but they don't know all of your story. They don't know who you are. They don't get to see the beauty that is the entire masterpiece that I created. And it is the same with you. So whatever label you're taking, I want you to throw it away. Or, if you're saying, but that is part of my story, don't throw it away, okay? Just disconnect that as who you are entirely. It is a piece. It influenced making you into who you are, but it's not all that you are. You are not just one label. No one is that simple. We're all way more complicated than that. And I want you to know, more so than whatever label you're taking on from whatever situation you've experienced in life, you are royalty. You are a daughter or son of the one true king. And if someone doesn't see that, that is their loss for not seeing your value, not seeing your worth. Say, you are more. You're more than the label you're giving yourself. And I don't want you to be bound by that. It's such a limiting thing. And when you finally let go of whatever that situation was, you say, you know what, God, I'm going to give it to you and people can see me how they see me. It's freeing. You know what? If someone wants to come along and be like, oh, what's wrong with her? She has a broken engagement. Stay away from that. That's their loss. And I have to be okay with that. And the only way I'm okay with that is when I find my worth and I find my identity in the Lord, not in things that have happened to me, not in situations, not in attention from other people, none of that. So I really want to encourage you. You are more than what you think you are. Whatever one label that you think you are, that's not it. That's so surface level. What are you identifying as? What title have you grasped onto and said, this is who I am? Really evaluate that. Say, what am I identifying with that is probably not, all of me. It's not, who I am. So that's all I have for you guys today, and I will catch you next week. Thank you for watching.